What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Crystal and this is Crystal's Copia, where we live a life of abundance. And today we're going to talk about some books that I'm reading and some of my favorite past reads. If you're looking for some inspiration, ways to pass the time while being productive and growing your mind and being entertained, then just keep watching. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It lets me know the type of content that you like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. You never miss a video with me again. That being said, let's get into the books. Show you, they are my spring reading list. So these are books that I would like to read in the next 2 to 3 months. I can usually read a book or two a month, depending if it's an audiobook and I'm listening to it. If it is, I can usually get through it a lot quicker. Anytime I'm in the car is usually when I'm listening to audiobooks or cleaning, but these are actually physical books that I'm gonna be reading for spring. And the first one is Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth. This book has been around a while and it was highly recommended to me by a friend, and I just am really excited to read it. I always like to ask people if there was one book that they just were forever changed from reading, what book would it be? And this was a friend of mine's suggestion, so I'm really excited to read that for spring. I will do a review of these books when I'm all done, but Eckhart Tolle, A New Earth, Awakening Your Life's Purpose, book number 1. The second book I'm reading, or wanting to read after that, is A Minimalist Home, and this one is by Joshua Becker, and I love the idea of being a minimalist. I'm kind of like warming up to living in a van eventually and just traveling the world, I think. Especially after this whole quarantine, but I'm excited to get any tips or tricks that he might have. I do believe there's a direct correlation in our space and in our mental clarity, and so I like to keep things very tidy. I like to keep minimal supply of things usually. Right now it's a little different situation, but I'm excited to see what this book has to offer. All right, the third one is The Artist's Way, and I might have talked about this book in a previous video. I got about halfway through it and then I kind of stopped reading it. So I am going to revisit this. This is going to be a weekly read, not necessarily a daily read, because she does give you homework to do each week. I'm going to read this each week along with whatever book I'm starting. So I'm excited. This is also where I got the inspiration to do my morning pages. She talks about doing 3 journaling pages every morning. That's just a stream of consciousness to kind of unload your thoughts. And I've been doing that for about a year now, and I absolutely love it. I could not recommend journaling more to you. We'll talk about that later. The Artist's Way is the next one. And then the fourth one I would like to read is this Gracefully You, and this is by Jenna, Dewan. It just looks like a light, fun read, and so I'm excited. She has some beautiful pictures in there. This was actually gifted to me for Christmas by my mom. You can see some of the just really pretty pictures in there, but also I just think it's gonna be a very fun, lighthearted read. And then this one is also one that I'm kind of like breezing through, so it's not like an in-depth read, but I got this actually at the Dollar Tree. I just thought this would be a really nice coffee table book, but it's from In Style, and it's The Secrets of Style, a complete guide to dressing your best every day. And I like to read books like this because I just feel like it inspires me to spice up my wardrobe or invest in some staple pieces and help me to learn how to put things together well. So I'm excited to read this book. Those are my 4 books for spring. 2 of them are pretty light reads, and then 1 is a weekly read. So really, I'm really diving into these 2 in the springtime. Now I also want to show you, just because we're quarantined right now and there's not a lot else to do, I want to show you some of my favorite books as well. So if those aren't tickling your fancy, these might. If you are wanting to get organized and you feel like you need a plan, I have read a lot of organizational books because I enjoy the topic. So for me, it's just like, oh, how can I fine tune the systems I already have? Plus, I love to share the information on my channel that I've learned. I do like to read a lot of organizational type books. The Magical Power of Tidying Up is a great book, but I gotta tell you guys, Organize Now. I got this, I think, at like an office supply store. This is by Jennifer Ford Berry, but I love this book because it's very easy to follow her plan. So she has the house segmented into chapters. So you can see I've kind of like marked some of the things that I want to work on, but she has a week by week plan for you to follow to get organized. So if you're looking to just get started, or you want to kind of fine tune what you have, I highly recommend this book. Love, love, love it. I've referenced it and referred back to it so many times when I'm doing certain areas of the house. So it's a great one. Favorite book of all time, The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Look how small this book is. I mean, you can devour this book very quickly. This copy is actually signed. Had the pleasure of meeting Darren Hardy in the airport when I was actually on my way wait to see him speak. So it was pretty cool. So he signed this book for me and the new book of his that he was promoting. But this book is so wonderful. I just love, love, love it. If you are trying to change your life, this is a great book to start with. It's a very short read. Great, great, great information. I've read this book and listened to it probably 30 times. Love this one. If you're into planning at all, this is another great one. This is called The Bullet Journal Method by Ryder, Carroll, who is the creator of the bullet journal. And no matter if you're a bullet journal enthusiast or not, this book has some great information when it comes to planning. I know a lot of people say when it comes to planners and bullet journaling that they don't have the time. Well, now is a great time to get into that. It's a nice creative outlet. Plus, it's just such a great way to deal with mental stress and anxiety. If you just need to get it out in an organized fashion, check out this book. Get yourself a bullet journal. They're very inexpensive. You can order them on Amazon. They'll come to your house so you don't have to leave the house. But this is another book that I've read a few times. Love this book. Okay, these are both from Emily Ley. Emily Ley, she created the Simplified Planner. This is Grace, Not Perfection. And then this is A Simplified Life. These two books are two of my favorite light reads. So if you are feeling like you're just in a rut and you're like, I know I want to change some things in my life, but I'm not really sure where to begin, start with these books. This one especially is great. This one is great as well. I love them both, honestly. I think you can get them both on her website, and I know you can get them on Amazon. I'll leave all these books linked down below. But I used to read this book, and I've reread it a few times, but I used to read it at night before bed, a chapter before bed. And basically, she's a mom, and she is a business owner, and she just walks you through tips, tricks, and habits that she does to make her life run smoothly, and it's not a super complicated, it's not a super complicated, hard system to follow. She has a lot of grace for you and love for you, and I just really enjoyed both of these books, and I think you will too. Okay, this book quite possibly has the worst title ever, and it's called How to Never Look Fat Again. Yes, that's what it's called, and it's by Charla Krupp. But I gotta tell you, Charla Krupp knows her stuff, okay? Minus the horrible title, if you are a curvy gal or a plus size gal, woo, this book is fire, okay? She will help you pick swimsuits, skirts, jeans. She just helps you dress in a way that will make you feel more confident and feel like you're more put together and comfortable in your body. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be a certain size to feel beautiful, but I just thought this book was so wonderful in helping me to pick items that were appropriate for my body type. And she does all different body types. So if you're just feeling like, you know, maybe a little bit, maybe you're feeling like your body's changing and you don't know how to dress for it, get this book. I think I got this one at Barnes & Noble. Again, I'll leave it linked below. It's got a ton of pictures in it, but she literally walks you through like whatever your problem area, whether it's, you know, you feel like you have thick calves or you're trying to hide a belly or whatever. She talks about it. She also goes through every season with you and tells you, okay, if you're a certain body type and you're trying to accentuate this and maybe cover up this, things to wear that are gonna help with that. Even handbags that are better for your body type. I mean, this book is so good. I love it. So I've read that a few times. And then last but not least, I wanted to show you guys, this is my journal. It has a donkey on it and it says smart ass. Get it? But this is my current journal because I believe journaling is just so, so powerful and wonderful. And I think that it's a great way for you to study yourself and really dive into patterns, maybe negative thoughts that you are continually playing back to yourself. This is a great way to get those out and to notice what's going on. For me, after I started journaling, I realized that there was a few days of the month, the same time every month, and I'm sure it has to do a little bit with my cycle and things like that, but where I just was really feeling down. And once I saw that pattern in the journal, I could give myself a little bit of grace and know that during that time, maybe I don't need to put so much on my plate. Journaling is such a powerful, powerful tool. And if you're not really sure where to begin or you're intimidated by it, you can get a guided journal. This one's called Becoming, and this is by Michelle Obama. I like this one. I got this at TJ Maxx. It's really a pretty journal, but I love it because it gives you prompts. So if you're not sure where to begin, maybe start here. But again, just pour it out, man. In the beginning, it's just gonna be like you're complaining all the time, but then eventually you can use it to maybe do some manifesting where you journal as if your goals have already been achieved, or maybe it's a place for you to write down your goals. It's just really awesome. This one has like, if you could travel back in time and give yourself advice before you took on a challenge, what would you say? And it's basically a page a day, but I thought this was really fun, really pretty, nice guided journal. That's it. That's my spring book list and also a few of my favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.